President Obama used a visit to the National Defense University in Fort McNair to tell people that Syria's President Assad will face consequences if he uses chemical weapons against his people. It's thought that Syria is holding various substances like sarin, that highly toxic nerve agent, at dozens of sites around the country. Majid Rafizadeh is a Middle East expert at the Harvard International Review. Good evening.
Good evening.
First of all, what do you read into the president's remarks? I mean, it's not the first time the administration has talked about chemical weapons in Syria, is it?
No. I think the Syrian regime moved the chemical weapons one time before. It was in last June. And I think there are different reasons they can explain why the regime is moving the chemical weapons around and why President Obama has been warning. I think one of the there have been talks that there might be some contingency military operation from U.S. and Pentagon that they will enter Syria and they will destroy the chemical weapon inside Syria, so Assad will not use them against its own people. And I think the second reason was that they don't want this to fall in the hand of the extremists inside the country or Hezbollah and Hamas. So that is why the Hillary Clinton or President Obama, they mentioned that this is the red line that Assad cannot cross.
But again, the question arises, why now? Is it because somebody with some satellite has seen them moving this stuff again?
Right, that's correct. That's a good question. I think he is concerned. The Syrian regime is concerned that this chemical weapon might be destroyed. I think they're moving them around in order to obscure their location. And I think the other reason goes back to the recent events in Syria. In the last 10 days, only the rebels had considerable advances. They have taken control of 7 military bases in the capital and also near the Turkish border, and they have forced the regime to shut the Damascus airport. And I think the regime is very concerned that they might take control of the chemical weapon. And Syria is believed to have one of the largest chemical weapon programs. And if they take control of those, that would pose a considerable threat on the survival of the regime.
Yeah, because they're much less. Imagine the situation if Western governments found themselves appealing to the rebel coalition and telling them, please don't use chemical weapons. It'd be a frightening situation, wouldn't it?
Exactly, and there is no prediction how it will go because there is a fraction in the rebels. There are extremists, there are Islamists, there are some moderate. And if the chemical weapon fall into their hand, there is no prediction how it will end. And then there is international stalemate that whether really United States or European countries will intervene inside Syria while Russia and China will oppose it. So there are all these questions that makes really Syria case and especially the chemical weapon solution very complicated.
And can you understand why the head of the Arab League is being reported as saying that the Syrian government could fall at any time? Is that just a bit of blowing smoke, or is there something to that?
Right. Well, I think what is going on, and this is a very good question. I think what is going on is this reflects the regional Cold War inside the region. I mean, Syria is not only the domestic conflict. There is like 3 concentric circles of conflict: one domestic, and one regional, and one international. And on a regional level, we have the Arab League, Arab Gulf states, and Iran, which have some the Shia Sunni tension, and also they have geopolitical and strategic tension, while the Arab League, many members of the Arab League want to reinstall a Sunni majority government in Syria, and Iran want the Alawite, which is an offshoot of Shiism, to be in power, Assad be in power. So you can see this tension reflected in the statements that Iran is making and also the head of Arab League is making.
And what about the decision by some of the voluntary organisations to withdraw people and to scale right back now in Syria?
Right. I think United Nations they have been withdrawing staff from Syria slowly for a long time, and other embassies have been closing. And I think the reason is that they don't have really a solution for Syria. They see there is a stalemate on a domestic level. The rebels can't defeat the government can't defeat the rebels, and there is a stalemate on the regional level, and there is international level, which is Russia and China on one side, and U.S. and Western countries mainly on the other side. So this has really divided the United Nations, and it has some sort of paralyzed the United Nations for taking any action, and just we're watching that every day around 70 to 80 to 100 people are being killed.
Yeah. So this is really more a critique of UN impotence than it is to do with worries that the balloon really is about to go up in Syria, and that there are no firm guarantees of what could happen next.
Right. I mean, this is the structure of the United Nations. For the United Nations, in order to have some executive power, they need really all Security Council members to agree, and that's one of the ongoing question. That when one member or two members doesn't agree, the United Nations does not have that executive power to take action, and that's what we're seeing in 2 years. They really haven't been able to stop the violence in Syria.
Majid Rafizadeh, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.